Well done! And now it's your turn to tell me about your favorite paintings.
Henry Wallace painted in watercolor and oil of historical genre. He was born in London on 21st of February in 1830. His mother was Mary Ann Thomas, but his father's name and occupation are unknown. But Henry took his stepfather's surname, and after his death, Henry inherited some money and became financially independent. His artistic training was very good. He enrolled in the painting school in the 1848. He also studied in Paris and Rome. Later he was interested in watercolor and was elected a member of the Old Watercolor Society in 1880. He had an affair with Meredith's wife, and George Meredith was a sitter for this painting, so they became lovers, and the couple had a son, Harold. Henry Wallace died in almost blind on 20th of December in 1916. Henry Wallace is best remembered for his first great success, the picture titled Death of Chatterton, which he exhibited at the Royal Academy in 1856. The painting depicted the late 18th century poet Thomas Chatterton, who poisoned himself in despair at the age of 17 and was considered a romantic hero of many young and struggling artists in Wallace's day. The sitter for this painting was George Meredith, then aged 28, the famous author of whom Oscar Wilde was a big fan. The style of painting is Romanticism, and it is a genre painting. The color scheme where dark paints are predominate is white. The painter uses a lot of different colors, but most of them are cool and oppressive in some kind. Henry Wallace paints with a very bold and contrasting color scheme. For example, man's face and neck appear very extremely pale when contrasted up against his vivid red hair. The effect of such deep and conflicting colors dramatizes the theme of death in this work. Another way in which color creates a sensation in this painting is in bold light source. On the background you can see a small window, the only light source, giving the bold shadows, which makes the room narrow and flat. So this small window open to bright late afternoon sky, and maybe the door symbolizes the death and the end of life for this poet. On the table we can see an extinct candle, so maybe it is also symbolizes death. So as for me, I like this picture. I like how Wallace played with colors, how he experiments with light, and I think it is a real masterpiece. Thanks for your attention.
Thank you, Liza. And now, Autumn, could you tell us about your favorite picture?
The Battle of Trafalgar.
Great choice. One of the contemporary viewers termed this a British epic picture, the first picture of the kind that has ever been exhibited.
The viewer is confronted by both the chores of battle and the intimate tragedy of Nelson's final moments.
And now let's have a look at a constable. This is Valentine's favorite painting.
The genre of this picture is landscape. It was painted in a realistic landscape style.
And now it's Irene's turn.
John Everett Millais was a famous English painter and illustrator and one of the founders of the Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood. Millais was born in Southampton, England in 1829. His artistic talent made him a place in the Royal Academy of Arts in the age of 11. While here, he met William Hunt and then together Rossetti, with whom he later founded the Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood. Millais was elected as a member of the Royal Academy of Arts in 1853 and in 1896 he was elected as the president of the Royal Academy of Arts, but he died soon after that from the throat cancer. Now he's buried in St. Paul's Cathedral. One of his most famous pictures is Ophelia. It was finished between 1851 and 1852. It depicts Ophelia, a character from Shakespeare's play Hamlet. Shakespeare's play Hamlet, just before she drows. Ophelia fell into the river from a tree overhanging it while gathering flowers. She is singing songs as unaware of her death, of her soon death, and Ophelia's death has been praised as one of the most poetically written death scenes in literature. Ophelia spills her open arms and the upwards gaze reminds us about portraits of saints. The painting is well known for its depictions of detailed flora of river and riverbank. Also, we can see the Victorian interest in the language of flowers. For example, red poppy was not mentioned in Shakespeare's description of the scene, symbolized death and sleep. This picture was painted among the banks of the Hawksmill River in Surrey. Ophelia was not led by the artist and muse of the Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood, Elizabeth Siddal. Millais was Siddal to lay in a full bath. As it was winter, he placed oil lamps under it to warm the water, but he was so he enjoyed the walk and he allowed them to go out. As a result, Siddal caught a very bad cold and died soon after that.
I totally agree with Wallet's choice. We both like Gainsborough's paintings.
he began to exhibit his painting at the Royal Academy, including portraits of contemporary celebrities such as the Duke and Duchess of Cumberland. This is possibly Gainsborough's most important portrait of a not aristocratic city. His name is Truman.
Sorry for interrupting, but I just wanted to add that the family of Sir Benjamin Truman had been connected with brewing since the 17th century. Under him, the firm became one of the largest commercial enterprises of the period. His wealth enabled him to build a fine new residence near the brewery in Brick Lane. He furnished this residence with full-length portrait of himself by Thomas Gainsborough.